deemed essential for reflective and result-oriented professionals.
In view of the heavy investments made on them, Tangara's opposite number, the Gambia College veteran educationist Alpha Khan, strongly urged graduates of the 7th convocation to dedicate their service to the development of the motherland, saying neglect the education system and everything else crumbles in a country. The Ministers of Basic and Secondary Education and Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Fatou Lamin Faye and Dr. Mariam Sarr Cissé respectively, all highlighted the tremendous achievements registered in the country's educational arena, noting that higher education contributes to the well-being of individuals and society as a whole. The Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Masana Kinte, for his part, expressed gratitude to the country's leadership for entrusting the construction of the Faraba Banta University Village with the Armed Forces Engineering Corps, keys to which were handed over to the Higher Education Minister. While cataloguing the many developments that continue to take shape at the university, Professor Muhammadu Ka, Vice Chancellor, University of the Gambia, harped on the intricate link between investment in the sciences, software and innovation to the economic advancement of our country.
The rich history of the University of the Gambia has evolved from inspiration to impact, and we are putting more emphasis in supporting teaching and research with a view to the long-term future of the University of the Gambia. UTG is fully cognizant that world-changing discoveries and ideas have to be nurtured and is aware of the expectations placed on her to be a developmental university, fully engaged in innovations and coming up with solutions to the socio-economic problems facing most countries in Africa and beyond.
For the Chancellor himself, programs at the UTG must take cognizance of the development aspirations of a country that has set itself targets like the PAGE and the Vision 2020, without also compromising quality.
What is the use of the University of the Gambia if we cannot produce experts to enhance our food security? What would be the use of the UTG to the Gambian people if we cannot train engineers to fix our roads and build better roads for us? Because an economic superpower would have to have the roads commensurate to its status. What use would it be if the UTG cannot produce engineers to ensure electricity, not only electricity, but other cheaper and reliable, cleaner sources of energy? What use would the UTG be to the Gambian people if it cannot produce qualified, quality teachers, educationists, and scientists? What use would UTG be to the Gambian people if it cannot produce medical experts in all aspects of the medical field?
The man credited with establishing the country's first and only university also warned the graduates, comprising medical and the first crop of law graduates, against the temptations offered by the so-called greener pastures, saying the road to national development is like a rail link where all have a role to play.
I'm not saying you should not go outside. But remember the Mandingo adage that no matter how long a log stays in the river, it will never turn into a crocodile. Now, some countries have come up with a policy that says Africans that are educated, experienced, qualified, educated Africans, you have no problem. You are welcome to go there and work. The world is 3 days, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Look at how many Gambians that have stayed there, thinking that they belong there. Some of them, when they were there, they would not even write to their relatives in the Gambia. Some of their relatives thought that they are gone. Only to go home in old age without even a handbag with them. Don't laugh, it's a reality. Some people have gone to other countries, hustled and got green cards or yellow cards or whatever they are. They even change their accent. Some have been there for 30 years. They are back to this country, back to not even square one, but square below zero.
The 7th convocation ceremony attracted the participation of people from different walks of life, including senior government officials and friends of the Gambia. As the graduates basked in their successes, they were reminded about the need to selflessly give back to a society and a president who has invested so much in them. Famara Fofana, Grts.
It's now time for the weather report by the Central Forecast Office.
The Gambia is endowed with a wonderful landscape full of baobab trees. Like its Cape Point in Bakau, it is one of the most exotic sceneries in the world. The baobab tree is a symbol of resilience, wisdom, and resourcefulness. For the baobab tree provides good food in times of hunger, rents its bark for medications, and its sap for glue. In the Gambia, there is a company like the baobab tree, 100% African and purely Gambian in all aspects, in know-how, design, value, capital, and management. That company is Elton. Elton, employing hundreds of Gambians and proudly associating itself with development in the Gambia. Elton, side by side with the Gambia.
Hello dear viewers, it's a warm welcome to the weather segment, and from the Central Forecast Office I am Hadichai presenting. First we begin with the summary followed by the forecast. It was cool and breezy during the early hours of the morning, whilst warm and occasionally breezy in the afternoon. To know what prevailed over the rest of the continent, we propose a look at the image captured at 1700 hours, indicating the presence of scattered convective clouds over the central and the southern part of the continent. Elsewhere indicated clear skies and stable conditions over the period. For the forecast tonight, we'll be expecting a cool and breezy atmosphere to prevail over the entire country onwards morning, whilst the day tomorrow will be mainly sunny and warm. Winds will be mainly northerly in orientation, but generally light to moderate in speed. For the minimum temperatures, we'll be expecting 19 degrees Celsius over Banjul, 20 degrees Celsius over Yundum, Karawan and Sibanor, whilst Genoa and the rest of the country will be 18 degrees Celsius warm, except for Fatoto, which will record 17 degrees Celsius. For the maximum temperatures, we'll be expecting 32 degrees Celsius over Banjul, 33 over Karawan and Yundum. Sibanor will record 34 degrees Celsius, whilst Genoa and Kawur will be 35 degrees Celsius warm. Sapo and the rest of the country will record 36 degrees Celsius tomorrow afternoon. For those going to the sea, we'll be expecting a low tide of 0.50 meters at 12:04 p.m. For the high tides, we'll be expecting 1.36 meters at 6:03 a.m. and also 1.55 meters at 6:55 p.m. For the wave heights, they will vary between 1 to 2 meters high, and they will be mainly northerly swells. The sun will rise at 7:28 and will set at 19:11. We now take a quick look at it.
And before we go, a reminder of our headlines. President Jammeh has pledged to continue doing everything possible to ensure that the University of the Gambia is empowered, supported and significantly motivated. Pastors Intercessory Fellowship International, the Gambia, has conferred the award of Best African President for the period 2010-2011 on Professor Jammeh. Authorities in the tourism sector have scaled up efforts at penetrating niche markets with a partnership with the global broadcaster CNN International. Government forces and Tuareg rebels, bolstered by reinforcements from Libya, are battling for control of Mali's northern desert region. An Iranian president